Hello and welcome to Journey to Harmony. My name is Richard and this is my wife Priscilla.
Hi.
We're here just in the process of starting our YouTube channel. This process is going to be focused on our financial journey, coming from humble beginnings and kind of heading toward the goal of where it is that we desire to be. We have no doubt in our minds that it will take some time to fully complete this process. But we look forward to having this documented. This is a chance not just for you all to watch, but also for our children in the future when they get a chance to look at and see where it is that their parents came from and where it is that they're able to go. So, any thoughts?
I'm excited. I don't love to be on the internet, but I'm excited just to share the journey and hope that it will be an encouragement to everyone, especially in your different phases of your own projects and personal goals.
Definitely. So today in particular, I wanted to talk about just overcoming adversity. So in life in general, I think if you're going to be successful, you're going to overcome something. A lot of times we look at people who have already achieved and we think that it's just because they are where they are, it's because of their skin color or because of their parents or whatever it is that it could possibly be something that is attributed to their success. But for me, in my family, we've been blessed. We're currently here in our own home. This was a far cry from where it was about 10 years ago. So I was in the midst of working. I was living in Georgia by that time, but we were getting ready to start this marriage process. And during that time period, the cost of everyday purchasing and that monthly expense was too high compared to what I was making at the time. So I made a decision that I would have my car repossessed. So, I stopped making payments. I advised the bank they can come back and grab the car. And it took a huge hit on my credit. So it went from being, in the mid 600s to dropping down to below 500s. And this is what happened as we're getting ready to start that marriage process. So you can imagine how difficult things were. A lot of times, I'm not sure many of you may have experienced something similar, but during that time period, it feels like it's impossible to get over. But step by step, brick by brick, you're able to come back from that. We're able to come back and have over a 700 credit score. But we had a pretty decent mortgage rate when we bought our home, and we're able to be in something comfortable that suits our needs and is able to supply our family what is it that we need. What are your thoughts, Liv?
It was an interesting time, just from a female perspective, to kind of watch some of the sacrifices and maybe even shameful processes we had to kind of go through. But it was definitely worth it. There are many things that you just have to endure and get through that phase and start to just build again. And we were blessed to have the courage at the time, by God's grace, to go through that, but also to see a beneficial outcome and see where we are today in a short amount of time. Because usually when you're in the problem, you definitely feel like it lasts forever. But really, this was just in less than 5 years that we left that point and are, sitting in our first home and feeling a lot more balanced and excited to try other things and take risks. We have a little bit of room to take risks, to even solidify our foundation and grow from there. So yeah.
Definitely. And if you're watching out there and you're thinking like, what, how can this possibly work for someone like myself? When my wife and I got married, I was working in warehousing. And I remember talking to someone at the time, and the person asked me, what is it that I did? And I told him that I work in shipping. And the person kind of walked away from me thinking that like this girl's wasting her time. But through that time period, over the last 6 or 7 years, I now work in IT. We started our business recently. There's been so many different things that have happened. And for you out there who are looking, and if all you really have is hard work and dedication, set a vision. Don't know exactly how you're going to get there, but by the grace of God, the Bible says, write the vision, although it tarries, it will surely come to pass. So our responsibility is just to believe and to work every single day. We don't know exactly what answers will come about, but we know as we're working, as we're developing, sure enough that those doors that we need to be open will be opened. I am at the time was not finished college, so there was, you know, that aspect you have to overcome.
Yeah.
So if you're behind in what you're doing, it's not enough to just work a 40-hour job. So I knew I was behind. So I was working 2 jobs to make up for the income. And even today, we're watching a lot of layoffs happen, and I still don't believe in working one job. You can't put your life and your family's income in someone else's hands in their decision making. So this is a little bit we want to talk to you guys about today. We'll do our best to come to you weekly, just giving you just updates on some things that are happening, and just some stories about how it is that we have been able to attain a little bit that God has blessed us with. Any final thoughts?
This was fun. I look forward to more videos, sharing more about ourselves, and just all that we have going on.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we look forward to speaking to you next time. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed one.